Hey guys, hope y'all are doing great today. Welcome to this part of the September Food Forest Tour. Got over here on the next row, we checked out the peaches and cherries and pomegranates in the last video. And over here on the next row with the apple tree, this one is the apple tree that was growing straight up. As you can, if you remember, it had the two main branches, which I think were those two right there in the middle, and they were growing straight up. And I was debating, should I pull it over? And yeah, I've pretty much decided going forward, I'm just gonna let the trees, do what they will do. Sometimes I'll pull them over maybe a little bit if it's, if there's something I can pull them to just to help it spread out. But this tree obviously wants to grow straight up, as you can see with all of the branches. So fighting that is really just gonna mess up the tree, in my opinion. It's gonna make it harder for the tree to do what it wants to do if you're constantly trying to go against that. So it's grown quite a bit this year. That tallest part of this is an apple tree, and the tallest part is probably maybe a little over, maybe about 10 or 11 feet up there, and it sent off all these new branches. It really just had these two really main ones, but now there's probably, you can see about maybe 8 or 9 at least in there that are getting pretty good size. So really excited to see that one. Got a peach seedling. That's one of the seedlings right there growing up. There's some grapevines, blueberries over in there. So I got a lot of different stuff growing up around this one. Looking really good so far. The okra's really been thriving probably over the last month with the heat, and finally got some growth on it that kind of got it above the other stuff and got rooted established, and starting to get some really good pods off these. Over here there's actually some hardy kiwi growing up right there. I don't think I noticed that before actually. And let's go over. This is a plum tree. This is a Japanese plum growing well so far. You can see it's kind of starting to slow down for the year. The leaves are turning a little bit lighter color, and some of them are falling off, but still hanging in there, doing good. A lot of the peach seedlings got hit by the rabbits. The rabbit population just kind of exploded, kind of in the middle of the year. As I've talked about before, it got they got like all my grafted pear trees pretty much, except for a handful, and that was partly due to my fault though, because I didn't protect them like I should. But yeah, and all this food supply, all these wild plants weren't here before, and so it supported the rabbit population, and the rabbit population just went so many rabbits, like for like 3 months. Every time I'd go outside, I'd see like 3 or 4 rabbits, and before that I don't think we hardly ever saw a rabbit around here, maybe once or twice a month. And so yeah, the population definitely went crazy for a little while, but now it has seemed to nature has balanced itself out again, and I haven't seen a rabbit probably in about a month now. So yeah, a lot of these trees were hit with the rabbits. They're probably, I'm sure, hiding back here still. Probably the next generation's just getting ready to come, maybe. But I think that they've balanced out a little bit at least. And before that, though, about a month ago, when they were still really heavy, a bunch of these peach trees got kind of nibbled about a few inches from the bottom. But you can see it sent back off all that new growth since then, and so that's really good to see. And I think they'll all come back fine if I can just protect them just a little bit to get them tall enough up above that so that they'll be good to go. I think something has showed up that is balancing out the rabbit population. I don't know if it's a fox or something else that's helping prey on them, or the birds of prey are showing up, but something seems to be stepping in and balancing it back out, so that's been really nice. Because I like rabbits to be in here. They help. They actually help. I've noticed they cut back a lot of the plants that would kind of go crazy and take over everything, and kind of monocrop everything else out. So they're good to have, just in moderation. You know, they eat things, they eat some of the other plants, they help fertilize the soil naturally. You don't have to worry about, you know, bringing in any type of, you know, manure or anything that's got a natural mulch of plants and animal scat, you know. So there's none of that is, you have to do anything. It does it all, you know, just letting it be wild. And this is an apple tree right here, growing really tall. That one's probably close to about maybe 9 feet tall. Starting to get really thick. Another apple tree. That one's not doing quite as well. This one variety probably isn't as adapted to our area as those previous two. Especially this one right here just looks really healthy. Got some more okra. There's a fig back in there, right there, coming up. This is the apple tree that was supposedly the Granny Smith, which I'm pretty sure it is. And it's just really struggled. Excuse me. And you can see those leaves back there. That side is almost completely dead. And it's just really struggled with disease issues. And I haven't had another one that was a Granny Smith too, and that one just completely died when it was little. So confirmed my assumptions that it did not grow well here. Supposedly it grows well in warm climates, but it's very warm here, but I don't think it's meant for the humidity. So we'll be writing that one off and know that it's just one that doesn't grow well here. That's a seedling peach actually that's coming up through there. That one's probably about 3 feet tall or so. Looking good and really healthy. Head over to the next row. Got the pomegranate here on the next row. There's a blueberry right up there in front of that. It's looking really good, putting on a lot of new growth and coming up right there. So that'll be hopefully be good sized for next year. Pomegranate's really growing good. It's gotten really thick down there. Probably about almost an inch down at the very bottom now. Probably not quite that, but it's probably 5 feet. So definitely the biggest it's gotten so far, and still got probably another month or two to grow a little bit. It'll be cooling off, so it probably won't grow as fast, but it'll probably still hang in there and be growing good, and maybe hopefully get some pomegranates off that one. That'd be nice. Some okra, really pretty flowers on the okra. So beautiful as well as edible. It's always nice. There's a good fig tree right there. It's growing up pretty good. Got a lot of wild plants in here. Got the European plum over there. It's definitely, you know, fading out for the year. Something snacking on the leaves, it looks like. But still looking really healthy for European plum. I think most people have advised not to plant those here, but that was kind of before I knew it, and also just wanted to give it a try. You know, doesn't hurt to see what happens. I don't think most people are growing cherries here either, but I think we'll get some cherries, so that's really, really exciting. Pond's looking really good. Water's really clear. You know, it's filled in a lot since the beginning of the year. Got this really, really nice aquatic plant that grows up in it. Provides a lot of good habitat in there. It's really shallow. It's probably, I'm gonna stick this in here. It was probably 2 feet deep. It was deeper than I thought. So that's a foot, so it's at least a little deeper than a foot. That's probably close to a foot though, because I think I saw the bottom not too far back. I'm probably in the middle there, so that's probably also the deepest spot. But that's kind of cool. It was a foot deep. It's done really good. It almost, or actually it did, I think. It ran out of water the very beginning of the summer. We went about almost a month, I think, without any rain. And it you know, not being that deep, and two, also, you know, it's being its first year, it's not going to be as watertight because I haven't done anything to seal it except dig it, and I'm just going to let the natural, you know, material in there will probably seal it, just having all that organic matter in there eventually. And but was really I've been really impressed with what all these ponds have brought, and just the wildlife and the insect And the plants, it's just been really, they seem to be just, pockets of life, and been really beneficial having them in the food forest. Got some more okra back in there. There's a fig back in there, kind of in the middle right there. Good seedling peach over here. Let's see, get over to it. That one may be one of the tallest ones. Let's put on some new growth that's being transplanted. Looking really healthy. There's a good sized fig right there. Got some blueberries right here in front of this one. Some blackberries down in there. Another big blueberry. That one's grown a whole lot. That one's grown almost probably like almost 4 feet just this year. Probably about 3 feet, I guess, because it's about probably 4 feet tall. It was about a foot tall, I think, when I transplanted it, and just growing good. That was the one that was protected kind of naturally with some branches, I think I stuck in there, and that has just seemed to stimulate a lot of the plants that it's done for, as well as protecting. And I think it may just help, get some of that with the limbs. It kind of pushes some of that organic matter into the soil, and I think it, also kind of helps get the water, is absorbed by that stick or the limb, and also just provides kind of all kinds of benefits. I'm not really sure how it happens, but it works, and it's really cool. This apple tree's done really good. Seems to be really well adapted for this area. This one's a more naturally spreading out one. As you can see, the limbs, they still grow up, which is a good thing in my opinion. And but they've come out. Let's see if I can get a better side view. As you can probably see on these two. They come out at a pretty good angle naturally, and they'll grow up and they'll kind of way down and way out on there. So that's really good to see. The rabbits nibbled on that bottom. If you can see down there, they munched it off just about 1 inch from the trunk right there for that branch. But it sent out 2 new branches from it, and they're both about 1 foot long, probably a little bit longer. So that was really cool to see. Looking really good. There's some more blackberries down in there. I think there's a seedling peach. Yeah, there's a seedling peach down in there. That one got munched off by the rabbits, but hopefully they'll stay away. I've put some blockings around it to hopefully keep them out. We'll see how it works. Got some good blackberries right there. They're really thick, really healthy looking. There's a good sized fig right there. I think that's pretty much the tallest one I have. It's probably a little over 3 feet. They really started to grow out. These are the ones I transplanted during like the heat of summer, but they've still taken off and doing really good, so really glad to see that. The pear tree, right here, that was the one that didn't have any growth, and it's really sent out a lot of growth this year, so I think it's coming back good, and I think it'll do really good next year too. There's some, that's the elderberry. Man, has that thing gone wild. It is crazy. It's so huge. It's probably 10 feet across at least, and at least that high. And before that it wasn't very tall at all or wide, but now it's grown like crazy, so hopefully have some good elderberries next year. Okra right there, that one's gotten big. Got lots of okra pods forming on that one. Looking really, really good. Thanks for tuning into this part of the Food Forest Tour, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.